Final Fantasy IX Remake, Ghost of Yotei update, and a brand new unannounced Naughty Dog game in development. All that and more in today's video. Please like the video, subscribe to never miss a gaming update, and share the video to help grow our community. We'll also be going over the comment of the day. Make sure to leave a comment to have a chance to be featured in the next video. Now, let's start with this Final Fantasy IX 25th anniversary. Square Enix has launched a new anniversary website for FF9 and has announced new merchandise to celebrate the RPG. Now, if you guys remember, in 2021, a Final Fantasy IX Remake was one of many unannounced titles listed in a GeForce Now database leak. These included several Square Enix games that would later be officially confirmed, such as the PC version of Final Fantasy VII Remake, a Chrono Cross remaster, and of course, Kingdom Hearts 4. Those are very, very big titles, specifically with Kingdom Hearts 4 and FF7 Remake, and they were 100% accurate on that. Of course, this begs the question, is Final Fantasy IX Remake in the same situation? Mind you, we've talked a lot about leaks and insiders and people claiming that they know of a Final Fantasy IX Remake in development coming from Jeff Grubb and some other notable sources as well, which makes me believe that this must be the case, especially where it aligns with the GeForce Now database leak, and I think we're getting close to possibly hearing something about it. I mean, it's the 25th anniversary. Tomorrow we've also got the Switch 2 Direct, which is said to be an hour long, so it begs the question, is this going to be shown there? And if it is, well, that's going to be pretty awesome, given that I expect this title to not be that large-scale FF7 remake style, but also to be somewhere in between and be on all platforms, as that is Square Enix's intention going forward. So a Switch 2 reveal would not necessarily be out of the question. But again, this is speculation, really just based on the whole anniversary announcement. I think we do need to temper our expectations as far as what we can expect with Final Fantasy IX Remake. I believe that there is a game in development. I believe that we will see an FF9 remake, and I do believe what's being said as far as it not being on the scale of Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I don't know if that's something we see here with the 25th anniversary. It's hard to say. Mind you, I don't know if we know too much about what Square's got planned this year, so this could be one of those titles that could be making an appearance. But again, speculation. Really consider taking this as just that at the moment. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think we could be getting a Final Fantasy IX Remake announcement this year, or is this all just wishful thinking? Moving on, we're talking about Ghost of Yotei. The newly updated Ghost of Yotei page on PlayStation's website teases eager players with new information regarding the upcoming game. Arguably, the most important details here is regarding player freedom. In quotes, "Filled with fury and determination, Atsu will hunt down those responsible for the death of her family and exact her revenge. And they say every odd job and bounty will provide the coin she needs for her journey, but how she fights, survives, and evolves the legend of the ghost will be up to you," which is basically hinting at player freedom. And the fact we'll be taking on jobs and having money and using that money in however way you need for your journey is going to be a factor. So a lot of choice here. So that'll probably be a major part in it, right? They want to create unique experiences, like they said before, where Ghost of Yotei will not have that repetitive nature like we saw with Ghost of Tsushima, which I still loved, but there were some things that were quite repetitive there. So focusing more on creating unique experiences and other stories that they could be telling within the game that doesn't make it feel like a fetch quest or whatever else it may be. I am personally very excited for this title. I mean, there is a lot to live up to after Ghost of Tsushima, which I enjoyed thoroughly. But I feel like with what they learned with Ghost of Tsushima and the Iki Island DLC, that they could really do something great here as far as gameplay goes. I mean, it's exciting. It definitely is exciting if you like Sucker Punch and you like the games that they make. Let me know how you guys are feeling about this Ghost of Yotei update, and are you excited to play this game this year, as they have reinforced that they are going to be launching this game this year. Moving on, we're talking about Naughty Dog's new game that is not intergalactic and is not The Last of Us. That's right. pretty crazy to think of. According to known video game industry insider Daniel RPK, Naughty Dog's other project is directed by Sean Escage, who is most known for their work on Uncharted: The Lost Legacy and Marvel's Avengers. In quotes, Naughty Dog has a second project, Not The Last of Us Part 3, directed by Sean Escage. And the Patreon post reads, it's been in development for 3 years now. So this game has been in development for 3 years. It is said not to be The Last of Us 3, which makes you wonder, what could it be? Could it be Uncharted? Could it be a new IP? Could it be Jak and Daxter? What could this next title be? And we genuinely don't know. At this point, it's a guessing game. I would like to think that they're probably going back to Uncharted in some degree. That would be cool. I think that The Last of Us obviously is a franchise we'd like to see a conclusion to, although it seems that Naughty Dog is not ready to make that game happen just yet, as they've got their hands full now with Intergalactic and allegedly this new game that they've been working on for 3 years. So it's interesting to see where Naughty Dog will go next. I think that it's great that they're working with new IP, because we do need new IP in the industry, and we do need new IP from PlayStation Studios. But it's also interesting to see that they're not jumping on The Last of Us Part 3, which almost seems like the obvious next move. But then again, I think a gap in between 2 and 3 would give people time to want a Part 3, and maybe give Naughty Dog time to kind of innovate and bring something totally new to the table with the third entry, where we are going to see a huge jump in the quality of the game, or even a huge jump in the evolution of the Last of Us franchise and what they do there. So I feel like maybe giving it a break from, with 2 games in between is not necessarily a bad idea, and it could even, make people enjoy or look forward to the Part 3 even more because of that. And as far as Uncharted goes, I think it would be great to see another Uncharted game. I don't know if it's necessary. I feel like it would be even cooler to see like a AA tier game with like a new Jak installment. But then again, it's wishful thinking. I just don't know if we'll ever see Naughty Dog work on a Jak and Daxter game. Although as much as I would love to see that happen. But let me know what you guys think this new game is that they're working on, that's been in development for 3 years. Is it Uncharted? Is it Jak and Daxter? Is it something else? Sound off in the comments. Moving on, we're talking about comment of the day. Please remember to leave a comment, as you may be chosen for the next video. Comment of the day comes from abbas. He says, what up, Nine? With all these big titles waiting until 2027 to release their game, do you believe that GTA 6 can end up delaying until then as well? All these studios are scared to release their game within the next year because of Grand Theft Auto. It would be kind of funny without them even saying anything. They don't release until 2027. So basically he's saying all these companies are waiting to hear about GTA 6's launch date. But what if they delay their game and it doesn't come out in 2025? What if it comes out even in 2027? Then what happens? It would be kind of funny that they've delayed their games or waited to say the date of their games because GTA has not announced and may not announce their release date until much later, being 2026, 2027. So it is a very valid point, right? Like a lot of these companies waiting and holding on to their dates because they're waiting for GTA to avoid GTA, and we really don't know when GTA is dropping. So it's a matter of like, you're holding off, but is it worth it to continue holding off? And I think the way they're going to circumvent this, because obviously this is a real concern, right? This is a real thought that these companies are facing. I think they're going to wait until their intended release date, maybe get really close to it, and then announce their date, which is why I think that this year we're going to get a lot of games that get release dates really close to their launch dates, whether it be within a couple months or not. But we're not going to see a situation where, in most cases, unless it's like a very, very high profile game where they're going to be like, hey man, we're going to launch this exact date, and they're letting 6-7 months in advance. I think there's going to be a case where a lot of these titles are going to wait until they're pretty close to their targeted launch date and then announce that. But in the event that GTA just drops, or they're like, hey, our game is coming out this day and it's like 2 months and it's close to all these other titles, naturally we're going to see those other titles push their dates backwards, because that's just what would make sense for them. You wouldn't want to get buried by Grand Theft Auto 6, which is a juggernaut definitely in the industry, right? This is going to be a game that's going to be on the news. This is going to be a game that smashes records. This is going to be a title that a lot of us are discussing and talking about, especially with just how much influence and impact it has. So I think every game, even dare I say a game like Call of Duty, might want to not release within a 30-day window of Grand Theft Auto 6. Thanks as always for the comments, and Abbas, thank you for being a member. You can always become a member. I always have a link in my pinned comment where you can join for $1.99, and it really supports the channel and goes a very long way. But that is all I have for you guys in today's video. Please like that video, subscribe to never miss a gaming update, and share the video to help grow our community. I thank you all for watching. Take care.